say student A joined the academy, and then they didn't have finances to pay, and then they were just enrolled for free. Then student A, do you know how sometimes you behave as people? You say, he helped me. I also go to student B to say, he helped me, I didn't have money. Even you don't have money, let's go. There are 2 of them. 2 days, 3 days, there are now 10 of them. So because of that was a mistake. He was mixing up PT. From recording lessons, he even gives online tests and quizzes. Then from there, a teacher from Kafue, if like for you, a teacher from Kafue can teach and reach more learners, then education and technology are partners, not enemies. So even, like I said, that Mr. STAYFREEZY does not only have businesses just within Kafue district, but also in other districts, but within the province. So there are also students that are STAYFREEZY Academy students. They are not here in Kafue, but they join lessons through WhatsApp, and we see to it that we take an advantage of that. Sure.
Excellent. Thank you so much. Which takes us to our next question. With many young people seeing hustlers succeed without formal education, is formal education still necessary, and how can it remain relevant in today's economy?
Okay, thank you so much. So looking at it, I would say how would keep education relevant. So it is relevant in such a way that we teach problem solving, not just theory. From STAYFREEZY Academy, we teach not just theory, but also problem solving. So most of the students, they pay Mr. STAYFREEZY because he made algebra simple, not because he quoted the textbook. So, our ability to learn, it differs from one person to another. So at STAYFREEZY Academy, we see that what's the best way this person can learn, because people, the way they learn things, they're different. So instead of him quoting the exact thing, let's say the way algebra is being quoted or outlined, he would seek to say that he brings in the simplest and the easiest way for someone to understand. Then apart from that, he also brings in to satisfy skills first. So we see that we don't take so many years, like to wait for you to go 4 years to give a certificate or 3 months, but we just let them stake wins. Then apart from that, there's also a merge in terms of hustle with education. So under the merge of hustle with education, in college, Mr. Jalakos was running a tuition center while he was still in college. And then from there, that made his lab, his school sessions to macro business projects, not just essays. So whereby the economy does not pay for papers, it pays for applied value. So the future belongs to the educated hustler, the one who can do both. So it is possible for somebody who is into the education sector as an educator like the way Mr. STAYFREEZY is, and also being in the hustling environment or community. Sure. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Which mistakes you made in your profession that many young people make today?
Wonderful. So making mistakes, I believe each and every one of you here, each and every one of us here, we have made a couple of mistakes somewhere, somehow. And mistakes are there to help us to learn, because the moment you make a mistake, the next time you do it, I think you learn from it. So most of the time, mistakes, they're also accompanied by challenges, so to say. So as some of the mistakes that which Mr. Jalaka has faced, number one, he made just 3 big mistakes. There's so many mistakes, but there are mistakes whereby if somebody even sit down and say, but that mistake, sure, it was a very huge mistake. So there are 3 huge mistakes that which Mr. Jalaka made. So number one, the first mistake was mixing PT with business. Mixing PT with business. So in terms of mixing PT with business, so like earlier on, he let students to learn for free, whereby they were struggling with finances, and then he nearly failed to pay rent, such that he was feeling good to say, about this person is willing to learn. So now what am I going to do? So now you see, so we've been experiencing challenges like, let's say student A joins the academy, and then they didn't have finances to pay, and then they were just enrolled for free. Then student A, and you know how sometimes we behave as people, you say, he helped me. I also go to student B to say, he helped me, I didn't have money. Even you don't have money, let's go. There are 2 of them. 2 days, 3 days, there are now 10 of them. So because of that, that was a mistake. He was mixing up pity. He's a believer, by the way. He's a Christian. Sister Jaluka is a Christian. He worships from the United Church of Zambia, Bethel congregation in Chikoswe there. So you see, because even the same people, they do come to say they want to enroll. But you look at a person, this person is my neighbor. Then now you pity for them to say, let them just come, they enroll. Then they take it for granted, like, you can't even chase me. After all, he's my neighbor. After all, he's my churchmate. So by doing that, Mr. STAYFREEZY made a mistake to say, this is now. It even reached the point whereby he even failed to pay his rent at some point. Why? Because lots of people were coming, just learning for free. And in life, there's nothing valuable which is for free. Sure. So apart from that, for free skills, the business that could have helped 100 learners, the solution would have been a scholarship plan, but make 80% of clients pay. Business first, charity second. So he had to make a transpose to say, instead of him looking at business first, he had to put charity as a first priority. So if there's somebody who's doing a business whereby you want just to take over, no. You look at certain faces, then you even quote September said to say, if you feel so kaya, chiso chikaya. So the same chiso chikaya can make you, instead of putting business first, you put charity first. So those that was one of the mistake which Mr. Jaluka made. Apart from mixing up pity with business, number 2 is that announcing every move too early. You see, there's some things in life, even in business, that which you are not supposed to announce to anyone before you do them. So now Mr. Jaluka was making a mistake to say, whenever he plans something, he would notify people to say, okay, I'm planning this and that. Let's say if he plans to say, starting next term, those who didn't pay, they'll be, starting next term, those who didn't pay, they'll be chased. And then I will look at next term is in 3 months' time. Then somebody who doesn't have money and knows that they won't have money at that time, then they'll be like, I'll take this opportunity, I'll just go. And then when that time comes, I won't go. Then for him, when he wants to implement that plan, then there's nobody to impose the plan on. You see, it's people, they're not there. So that was one of the mistakes he made. And then from there, when he bought his first clothes, he bought his first 2 clothes. Apart from that, he also told everyone as well. Remember when I said to say, after he bought those clothes, people started telling him to say, just build a school, you see. So are you telling me to say, if he didn't tell that to anyone to say, I bought some clothes, no one would have given him that, idea to say, just build a school. Sure. So apart from that, it also brought some noise. It made some noise to him because you see, you tell people this, then this one come, no, do this, and even confusion. You are confused. This person is telling you this. This person is telling you this. This person is telling you no, build a school. This person is telling you no, build a house. This person is telling you no, just keep the land. It will appreciate in future. It will gain value. You see, you are confused. So that is also another regret, another mistake which Mr. Jaluka made. And then number 3, to end with, number 3, the mistake which he made is thinking big dreams cancel small steps. He thought like big dreams cancel small steps. Because as he was moving, he thought like, since now I have this big dream now, I think now the small steps now will be cancelled. Remember, there was a point where he was starting from. So you thought like, that phase it passed. Sometimes they say history helps us to learn from. History tells us that we learn from history. So he couldn't then just sit to say, since those days, these were the strategies, these were the financial trajectories, these were the predictions I was making. He thought like, let me just continue because I now have something big. So everything which you see stands today, which is big, it all began from somewhere. So it is very important never to, let your big dreams shut your small steps where you started from. No. You always see that you learn from it, and even someone, you teach them to say, I started from somewhere. Everything starts from somewhere. So, apart from that, it happened that people told him to say, build a school. On his Shikose plans, on his Shikose clothes, like I said earlier on. But he built flats first for cash flow. So many youths wait for 1 million to start their dream project. To start, so as in for him, he started with the 50 kwacha, like I said earlier on. He was just charging a 50 kwacha, you see. So from that thing, it brought increase. And if you understand, if there's something which brings increase in everything which you do, it is usage. You can have something, if you don't use it, it will be just like that and it will be dormant. But the moment you understand to say, I have got this thing, I'll put it into very good use, and then it will increase. I believe almost each and every one of us here, we are Christians. Here is Jesus Christ, as I conclude. Here is Jesus Christ, facing 5,000 men, aside children and women. Then there's a man with just some minimal loaves of bread. Sure.
Yes. More about education.
Sure.
Yes, and we just want to learn from you, considering that the media lately with our learners, our school-going children, I think they others misuse social media, others use it accordingly. So now, which takes me to this question: the digital era has brought about the rise of content creation. We have a content creator in the house. Where are you? Yeah, we have a content creator. So the digital era has brought about the rise of content creation, with many people taking this route and inspired by success stories of social media influencers. What role does a teacher play in strengthening the message of education without dimming the embrace of technology?
Thank you so much. So answering the question regarding to the social media. So as Mr. STAYFREEZY the one I'm representing, so most of the time, his role as a teacher, he puts it in threefold. The first one, it's his role is being the brigadier. So he stands in as a brigade, as one of his roles. So whereby standing in as a brigadier, Mr. STAYFREEZY doesn't stop the students from getting to social media like TikTok and any other things to say that they are getting into those. So if yes, as a teacher and a creator, he uses the same as a tool to teach them and also to make certain recommendations for some lessons for them to learn. Because there on social media, there are a lot of things, almost each and everything that which you want. There are different algorithms, different things. So I can give an example. If let's say I'm watching a content, let's say somebody is making something. There's that content where it says like 5 minutes craft, something like that. So whenever I click on that thing, immediately it opens. If I view it for let's say 5 seconds, it means there's a stage detection which tends to say that this person likes viewing this type of content. So for instance, let's say I like watching, let's say maybe the answer says the same. So every time I open that thing, you realize to say, why is that every time when I go on Facebook and I start watching reels, they're the same videos, start with the same videos which I watch. Meaning, the moment you open them, there's just a certain algorithm which tends to be detected. So you find that each and every time you open those things. So it's a two-way thing. Then apart from being the brigade as the role of a teacher, looking at the media, is teaching digital illiteracy. So Mr. STAYFREEZY teaches digital illiteracy, whereby so many youths can go viral but can't write a proposal, a price, or a service to manage comments. So education gives a structure behind the content. Then apart from teaching digital illiteracy, Mr. STAYFREEZY the other role is which he does, it's to model IT. So in terms of modeling IT, Mr. STAYFREEZY uses WhatsApp groups. He recorded lessons. Apart from recording lessons,